Hey YouTubers, I'm Brian, and thought this would be the best way to introduce myself to the YouTube world. I'm a painter, and I've been watching YouTube for 3 months now, and jumped in right at the time that Lonely Girl 15 was the big thing, and Renetto's videos are really big, and was really kind of amused by the Boheme and Renetto reunion, or not a reunion, but meeting. And so I thought I would, throw out something that's a little bit more, I don't know, concrete, as far as watching a painter paint, or a musician do music, or belly dance dancing, and those types of things that are pretty interesting, to watch as entertainment. I'm entertained sometimes by Renetto's stuff. I'm not entertained by Lonely Girl 15 at all. A little bit about me I'll tell you later on, but I have 2 daughters. One's 25, one's 23, so I don't need to watch Lonely Girl and her things. And I know for you guys are young, and that's a big thing. That's cool. That's all right. But for me, painting and getting into here and finding out what that's all about, that's important too. And the musicians out there on YouTube are pretty cool. I've watched a lot of kids do some pretty cool stuff with guitar, and I play guitar, and the belly dance thing, I play a drum for a belly dance troupe, and there's just a lot of things that are out there on YouTube that are pretty cool that a lot of people should watch. So I'm going to paint and maybe let you watch a little bit. Okay? Well, here is the painting that I am working on. All my paintings show an emotion, and as you can see, this one is a little dark, but that's okay. We all have dark moments in our life and bright moments, and right now I guess I'm in a dark moment. There's some kind of thing sitting there. I don't know what that thing is, but it's not for me to question what it is. And you'll learn more about that as we go along. It's kind of like that thing of perceiving who we are. Also, in case you haven't noticed, I've turned the canvas sideways. And the reason I do that is so I can get a better angle at the strokes that I want to make. And the way I paint is just whatever comes to mind, and hopefully over time I'll show you some different paintings, and you'll notice that they are pretty much all alike. I've painted the same way for 30 years, and my imagery has pretty well stayed the same. And I don't know why that is, but again, I don't question it. It's part of being creative and opening up to yourself. Is sometimes, there's a lot of things in life we question. We question other people all the time and what they do. And with art, it should be something that we don't question ourselves with. Just do it. Practice. Do it often. If you dance, you need to practice. If you don't practice, you're going to fall. And you can get hurt with that art. At least in this art, you don't really get hurt. Playing a musical instrument. If you don't practice, it hurts. When you play guitar, if you don't practice guitar and then you pick it up, your fingers really feel it. But with painting, I can stop painting for a month or 2 months and pick it back up, and everything comes right back to where it was before. It's a matter of mindset. It's a matter of what your mind is at the time that you're doing it. Sometimes I can't paint because I don't have the mind for it. I don't have the, I guess in classical terms it would be the inspiration. What inspires you to do anything? Well, I thought I would back off the highlights there and start doing some color, so I'm putting some blue in. And yep, I smoke, which I know a lot of people do, but you should quit. You know, we all gotta go sometime. I really like putting the blue in because it really starts waking the painting. When you put the highlights on, it's turning on the lights. And when you start adding the color, it starts waking it up. And I know you can't see it that well with my lousy camera, but maybe if I keep doing this, I'll get a new camera. There's a belly dancer on YouTube I'd love to buy a camera for. And that belly dancer's name is Ashley Williams 19. If you haven't seen her belly dance videos, you need to go see them. She is quite talented. But yeah, I guess for this medium, video, you have to have a good camera. And I was kind of surprised that, I guess I thought about Boheme, which Bohemian is my heritage basically. Actually, Bohemian is a class, but if he's going to be out of work and only has enough money for a couple of weeks, how in the heck's he paying for high-speed internet connections and ways of putting videos on YouTube? He has to be getting support from someplace, I would think. But yeah, I really like that blue. That blue really wakes it up. And the painting kind of tells me where to go. Where do you want more blue? I know, I'm sounding like that fuzzy-haired guy named Bob Ross. But Bob Ross had a lot of pretty good ideas, and he had a good teacher whose name was Bill Alexander. And he was the first one that came up with the mighty brush. And when I was a kid, when I'd watch Bill Alexander, he would say he had this Austrian accent. He sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a very large man, and he would talk about his mighty brush. He said, "You are God," and that really stuck with me. You are God. And he said it like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, which I do a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, but it was, you know, it's here, it's inside of you, and you have the power to create, and that's what it's all about. Create.